may have a track meet Clark here tonight. We were just talking about these two teams that love to get out and run.
You know, Kevin, I love these kind of games because really I think basketball is meant to be played at a fast pace. I really do. I mean, the fans enjoy it, but the players do too, and obviously us broadcasters like to see it up and down as well.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3 spot. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Rudy Gobert missing his last shot. And the shot goes in.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
Now here's Gobert. Randall from outside trains the three-pointer.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Dort grabs the miss.
And priority number 1 has got to be the finish, guys, not the fancy stuff.
There's always a surprise, isn't there, Clark, in the offseason? Let's go back to 2022. That offseason, the Timberwolves going all in on Rudy Gobert.
Basically, Kevin, they traded 5 firsts plus a bunch of good players for Gobert. It was derided at the time, and I can understand why, but Rudy's defense has taken them to another level, and he's actually been a little better offensively than people thought he would be.
Now here's Gobert. Three-pointer, Randall. Over to the wing, and Gobert kicks to Edwards. Trains it from beyond the arc. Edwards got 6.
Nice smooth three-point shot by Edwards there. Boy, he's got confidence from behind the arc.
Gobert with the block. And that'll be Oklahoma City as it goes out of bounds. Thunder retain possession. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander deciding where to go with it. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Williams against Conley. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
And I like the strategy. It's a great strategy. Bury those 3s early, and it'll open up the inside for him later on.
Now here's Randall. After the miss from Chet Holmgren. Randall no good. And here's the fast break. Holmgren leading the way. Will it go? Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Cans the shot with nobody near him.
And he had a good look, and Gilgeous-Alexander made it pay off.
Conley dishes to McDaniels. Randall with a screen for McDaniel. They get it again. Randall kicks to McDaniels. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
Williams gets the bucket.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
And it's out of bounds, and last touch by Holmgren. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Reed, he's checked in for Gobert. Clark comes in for McDaniels. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Edwards. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. And then for Oklahoma City, Williams, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Wallace comes in for Dort. And it's Alex Caruso in for Gilgeous-Alexander.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Now, here's Holmgren. Nothing on the board. Randall against Williams. Clark right side. Reed with a screen on Williams. Alexander Walker That three off the mark. It's tipped. Clark for three. The Thunder pull it in. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Right side, Williams. And so Oklahoma City again turning it over. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Miller comes in for Randall. And it's Edwards in for Clark. And then for Oklahoma City, Aaron Wiggins comes in for Chet Holmgren. And it's Isaiah Joe in for Williams. Joe passes to Wallace. Over in the corner, Caruso. Wiggins sets a screen for Caruso. And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Timberwolves.
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
And, guys, another thing I love is their pursuit of the ball. I mean, creating second-chance opportunities just with effort.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going here in the second quarter. Lou Dort out there with Wiggins. And it's Alex Caruso. Then it's Williams. And it's Joe in at the shooting guard.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Edwards from deep three-point territory. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
Didn't take Edwards long to get those 3 points back. Right back at you.
Back to Caruso. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Edwards passes to Reed. Back to Edwards. Takes the three. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. And, Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Now here's Edwards. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. Buries the long-range jumper.
Edwards is rolling right now. If I'm his teammates, he's getting a rock every time.
Caruso against DiVincenzo. From outside, off the mark. Timberwolves leading by 14. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. There's the triple. Reed misses.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's Joe. That ball's nice feed that time from Wiggins.
He's one of the guys they don't mind taking the three in transition when he's that open. He's lethal out there.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thank you, Kevin. Anthony Edwards is figuring things out. He said there's levels. My first few years, I looked for my shot and nothing else. I've learned that I can't win without my teammates and that I have to throw them the ball too. It's a team game. I know that now. Kevin, I know it too, so I'm throwing it back to you.
And you're the best teammate we could have. Thank you, David. Pass to Alexander Walker. Fires for three. Rebounded by Joe. Thunder trailing by 14. Here's Dort. Off target with his three. Minnesota's gone for the three-pointer 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. A three for DiVincenzo. Good on the three-point shot. DiVincenzo's got 6.
And the three-point shot of DiVincenzo is dangerous. Defense cannot allow him to get airspace from there.
Where there's a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting, Greg. What's your opinion of that?
Well, Kevin, stretching the D isn't just about how far out they have to defend. It's the distance between that and how far in you have to defend. That's why analytics favors shots at the rim and from distance.
And the Thunder going with a whole new group out there.
Yeah, this is why SGA is a focal point of this offense, because of that ability to score.
A minute 20 left here in the second. Conley's shot is off.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
That one drops for him. 9 points in the game so far.
An outstanding transition player. When Gilgeous-Alexander is on the attack, good luck trying to contain him.
Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for Edwards. Conley against Gilgeous-Alexander. And the wide open shot from DiVincenzo. The Timberwolves again can't hit. For the finish, and the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And watch out for SGA going to the basket. He will put it on your head if you're not watching.
Conley gets the bucket.
And I don't care how far from the bucket he is. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from deep.
And here is Holmgren. Michael Conley getting his 3 to go. Over Randall, and there's another one for the Thunder.
And great job from Holmgren. I like when he shows confidence attacking inside.
It's his first trip to the line. No good on the free throw. Dillingham's checked in for Minnesota. And he's good on the second.
Known as a versatile and tremendous defender, McDaniels also continues to make real good progress as a scorer.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 11. From close range, Hartenstein can't get it to go. Dillingham wide open, and he fires. Nailed from three-point land.
Michael Conley with excellent vision on that pass.
It's stolen by Gobert, and so that's the end of the first half. Timberwolves lead by 15. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Julius Randle is out there with Gobert, and it's Conley in at the 1. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
Yeah, it's such a sweet three-point stroke there, and it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
You make a three on Conley, he's looking for payback. He's got great competitive spirit.
Clark, if you had one word to describe Mike Conley, what would it be?
Reliable, steadfast, dependable. Now, I know that's 3, but I wanted to give you 3 different words I could use to describe it. Only 2 seasons in his whole career has he not played at least 50 games. That speaks to durability and professionalism.
And that's got to happen if they want to have a chance to turn this thing around. I mean, he needs to just take the game over. I mean, it seems like he's been hesitant to pull the trigger.
Williams with the steal. And now a fast break for the Thunder.
Whoa, the solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard.
I tell you what, the coach's heart was in his throat, and he was in shock and awe. But now he's got a big smile on his face.
Fantastic at capitalizing from those spots. Conley has a dynamite-looking jump shot.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Holmgren. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. That's to McDaniels. Puts up a 3. And Holmgren pulls it down. Holmgren's got 4 rebounds in this game. Offensive rebound. Timberwolves leading by 13. Conley for 3. Gobert the pass to Randle. Timberwolves passing it around. Fires from way. Oh, he hit it!
How did that go in?
How about the range on that jump shot?
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Holmgren. Takes a 3. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. For Minnesota, they had gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Alexander Walker's checked in. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Wiggins is checked in for Hartenstein. Alex Caruso comes in for Williams. Wallace is checked in for George. And it's Isaiah Joe in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Now Caruso. Following the miss by Michael Conley from deep. Fires the 3. Wiggins with the rebound. Thunder trailing by 17. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, the league recalibrated its emphasis on fouling during last season. Commissioner Adam Silver said there was a sense that offensive players had too much of an advantage. So an adjustment was made. Fans want great offense, but they want players to be allowed to play defense as well. I think that's what we're seeing. Kevin, it's a welcome change.
Welcome indeed, no doubt about it, D.A. Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Edwards. Holmgren can't hit.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
Sinks the triple. Conley's got 13 points now in the quarter.
Nice to see Conley receive the dime for once. He's normally the one dropping dimes.
Here's Joe, over by Conley. It's stolen by DiVincenzo. Now here's Conley, the fast break opportunity. The 3. Thunder with the rebound. Holmgren's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Wiggins with it, now defended by Randall. Wallace finds Caruso. Here's Joe. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. One-on-one fast break. They get it back. Outside Conley. 3-pointer. The 3. Thunder with the rebound. Holmgren's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Poked loose. And the Thunder can't hang on to the ball. The 3 for DiVincenzo. The shot off that time. From deep 3-point territory. Got it! A cold-blooded buzzer beater.
Clutch, much in the clutch. Woo-hoo! How about that? Woo. Yeah!
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Timberwolves ahead, up by 15. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. So for Oklahoma City right now, Dort and Williams up in the forward positions. Wallace is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Hartenstein in at the 5 spot. And it's out of bounds. The Thunder able to retain possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Ingles is checked in. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. And again, Minnesota with the triple. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
I like the fact that they've been very aggressive at the defensive end, tenacious. They're jumping passing lanes and coming away with a lot of steals.
And another thing they did well was just keep the effort up offensively. Lots of boards leading to extra opportunities, which they converted.
Thunder trailing by 19. Launches it. Wallace misses.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
Ingles passes to Clark. And here's Reed. Dort grabs the miss.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And now the Timberwolves on the break. DiVincenzo can't hit it. Williams with the ball. Guarded now by Clark. Williams passes to Hartenstein. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. And so Edwards will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Ingles finds Edwards. Now here's Reed. Fades away. The shot's good on the assist by Ingles.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
You know what? Teams can get a little three happy down the stretch sometimes, letting it fly.
Here's Hartenstein. Shoots over Reed. Hartenstein can't get it to go. Minnesota with the ball. They're rolling here with the 9-point run. And here's Ingles outside. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Hartenstein. Over Ingles. And that one is good from Hartenstein. Timberwolves leading by 20. DiVincenzo kicks to Reed. The offensive rebound. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. From deep, Ingles sinks the three-pointer. Ingles has got himself on the board with 3 there.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Here's Hartenstein. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open. Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Timberwolves.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Conley.
Boy, he was absolutely relentless at the offensive end, guys. Smelled blood and went for it.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. Shot to stop the run. Ingles with the rebound. Poked away. Unhindered, going all the way. DiVincenzo against Dort, and he converts the layup.
Very good inside. Dort's got great upper body strength.
And here's Edwards from the arc. Not going to go that time.
He's missing shot after shot after shot from long range. With time running low, he'd be better off trying something else.
Looking to get back on track here. The rebound by the Timberwolves.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
Hartenstein inside. And yes, it's good.
Well, that time he got the defense off balance with the well-timed pump fake. Nice work.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams. And stolen by Caruso. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. They poured it on. Thank you for that, David. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for...
fair to say we can expect a bruising battle between these two, Graham.
Yeah, these are two teams that dare you to bring the ball at them. They both feast on the defensive side, so don't expect any scoring records broken in this one.
Looking at the starting five for Boston. The perimeter pair is White and Brown. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. And it's Holiday in at the 1. McDaniels from long range. Tatum pulls it in. And it's the Celtics ball. Outside Holiday. It's Brown on the wing. Off the mark there with a 3. McDaniels from long range. Porzingis grabs the board.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from 3.
The shot by Holiday, no good.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
And here we go, the Celtics on the run. White for 3, fires in the triple.
And Holiday takes this responsibility seriously. When someone is open on his squad, he gets it to them.
Well, Richard, with the career he's had, it's hard to believe Drew Holiday has only made 2 All-Star teams.
Well, that speaks to how much talent is at the guard position in this league. But it also shows how we tend to award offense over defense because Drew, his impact is truly felt on the defensive end.
Edwards against White. Edwards, the pass to Conley. Fires the 3. Boston with a rebound.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Left side, Brown. For 3, Porzingis. Edwards pulls it in. The Timberwolves have gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. Oh, from long range.
What a shot.
You can't guard that. That is unguardable.
Randall against Tatum. Puts up a 3. Again, the miss by Boston. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 for 5 here in the first. McDaniels can't hit.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Even though he is capable of hitting that shot, I'd like to see him work for a better look in that situation.
Now here's Conley. Launches it. McDaniels, that's good.
Great dime by Gobert. Scans the floor well to find his teammates.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, Brian, a key concept preached by Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla and reiterated by Jaylen Brown, who says it's reading the game, realizing fast but playing slow. We're the more talented team, he said. We have to be the smarter team as well, and when we do that, we're going to be tough to beat. Brian?
Well, they certainly have been, Allie. Thanks for that. Celtics trail by 3. Outside, Brown. And again, Boston with the triple.
Gotta love the confidence. Brown wasting no time firing away.
It's Edwards on the wing. He's guarded by White. Kept alive. Boston shooting an unremarkable 30% in the first. Here's Porzingis. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. For Minnesota, they've gone only 3 for 9 from the floor. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
Now here's Conley. There's the triple. Another miss by Minnesota.
That's how you stay connected to a shooter. Was right in his jersey.
And here's Randall. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. Pass to Edwards. The kick out to Conley. Three-pointer, bearing his second of 3 attempts.
Just a smart offensive player. Conley is aware of when he should look to rise and fire. Ooh, I love it.
Brown, a screen on Randall. There's Tatum with the 3. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Gobert's got his 5th rebound in this one. McDaniels, a screen on Holiday. Pass to McDaniels. Back to Conley. Here's the 3. Some solid defense from Holiday. Celtics trail by 3. Tatum passes to Porzingis. Back to Tatum. From the arc. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Gobert's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And at the end of one, a closely contested game so far. It's Minnesota. They lead by 3. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Minnesota.
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
And I just love playing on teams like this, passing teams. You can tell they really like playing with each other, and hopefully they keep this up.
They've got Rudy Gobert, Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Dante DiVincenzo. Then there's Naz Reid, and it's Clark in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Gobert with it. He's scoreless. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Now, I understand that that shot didn't go down, but they will take that look every trip down the floor.
Horford can't hit. Well, the Timberwolves shooting only 29% in this one. Not great. And here's Clark for 3. Boston with a rebound. And about a minute gone in the second quarter. Pass to Hauser. Back to Cornet. The 3 is up. Hauled in by DiVincenzo. Here's Gobert. Out to DiVincenzo. He drops it from range. DiVincenzo's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And it's going to be out of bounds. Boston will have another go.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
Boston again missing.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Celtics trail by 3. It's an even 3-on-3 break. Here's Pritchard. Buries it from 3. Pritchard's got 6 points in the quarter.
You want to run your offense through him, a reliable scoring option.
Reid for 3. Horford pulls it in. For Boston, they've gotten 2 of 5 shots to fall this second quarter. The shot by Holiday, no good. The Timberwolves have gotten nothing to go out of 5 attempts so far this quarter. Boston's gone 2 of 6 from distance here in the second quarter. Hauser passes to Horford. Here's Hauser. Beyond the arc. It's blocked by Gobert.
Yeah, the long arms. It's difficult to protect your shot from Gobert's reach.
Alexander-Walker misses the 3. The Celtics shooting around 29% in quarter number 2. So they take the lead. And the Celtics lead by 3. And this is a star-driven league. But talk about the importance of role players, Greg.
Oh, B.A., a lot of times they're the ones who carry the day. You know what you'll get from your stars, but when the X factor ignites, that can make the difference.
Pure from three-point range.
You know, it takes incredible accuracy to drain it from that deep. So impressive.
Horford for 3. Rebound Minnesota. 3 minutes of action thus far in the second. Fires away from way outside. Holiday grabs the miss. The Celtics shooting just 24% in this one. Not great. Pass to Horford. Fires the 3. And it's Horford again missing.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Here's Reid. DiVincenzo with it. Cornet passes to Hauser. Jacks up a 3. Nails it from 3. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for Boston?
From the very start of this game, they have been giving the ball handlers trouble, using good pressure to force turnovers and get steals.
And also, I haven't seen a lot of resistance from the defense when it comes to limiting their points in transition.
Pass to Horford. Back to Holiday. From downtown. Out to Horford. The 3 ball. They grab their own miss. Lets the 3 fly. The shot by Holiday, no good.
He's cold from distance here in the second quarter. May want to try a different approach moving forward.
drains the triple.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Horford for three. Hauser passes to Cornette. Horford against Gobert. Horford can't hit.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
Yeah, straight up, guys. Like, he's ice cold, like freezing. What's colder than cold? But you don't have to shoot it, my guy. It's okay to pass the ball.
Here's Hauser. DiVincenzo covering. And that's out of bounds. Last touch by DiVincenzo.
Substitution on court.
Brown passes to White. From deep. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Outside Edwards. The three. He's off on that one. And so it's Dante DiVincenzo making things happen for Minnesota, hitting 3 trays in the quarter, providing some sharp shooting, and more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. It's been quite a game for Dante DiVincenzo.
Well, if he's hit threes like he did in the first half, he's going to have a monster night.
And let's see if the D adjusts, make life a little more difficult on him.
On the floor for Boston, the 2 Jays, Brown at the 3 and Tatum at the 4. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Porzingis in at the center position. Among the best in the NBA for a few years now, Jason Tatum. RJ, he's still quite young. How can he get even better?
Oh, he can just get wiser and wiser, and that's what happens with young players. They get to a physical level where they can dominate, but where they get better is mentally. They get mentally stronger as they get into these experiences more.
If you're looking for ways to help your team, that's last on the list.
Not only a terrible shot, but also at the worst possible time. That's just not a good idea.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Brian, last season, Jason Tatum surpassed 10,000 career points. He said, it sounds crazy. I always think about when I was a kid growing up with my mom and saying I wanted to be in the NBA. I may have thought I would be one of the best players, but to actually do it is a surreal feeling. Brian, he's being honest.
Yeah, dreams do come true, Allie. Thank you. Porzingis with a screen on Edwards. White for 3. They get it back. The kick to Tatum. From deep. Tatum! Money from deep.
Every time Tatum finds his shot, he'll take it. He loves to fill it up from range.
Conley passes to Gobert. Takes a 3. And there's Conley. That one's good. And the assist from Gobert. Conley's got 6 in the quarter. The Celtics have got just 2 of 6 in the second half. Porzingis with a screen on Randall. Pass to Porzingis. The 3. And Gobert with a block. And it's going to be out of bounds. Boston will have another go. DiVincenzo, he's checked in for Gobert. And the Celtics also making a change. Craig's checked in. Here's Tatum. 9 points in the game. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. DiVincenzo with it. Porzingis picks him up defensively. And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound. Tatum's got 4 rebounds now. Outside Porzingis. Puts up a deep 3. Randall pulls down the board. Randall's got 5 rebounds in the game. Pass to Edwards. Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. And the Celtics shooting just 21% from the floor. Now Tatum. And stolen by Edwards. In transition, here they come. The shot by Conley, no good. Tatum finds Craig. Three-pointer. Boston again missing. And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for Minnesota. The deep three. Oh! Edwards showcasing the range.
And how about the deep ball right there? Edwards looking comfortable from way outside the arc.
Minnesota leading by 3. Launches it from deep. Boston with a rebound. Tatum's got 5 rebounds in the game. Randall with a steal. From deep three-point range. The kick out to Conley. Back to Daniels. 4 on the clock. Second shot opportunity. Good work defensively by White.
Gotta find easier shots when you're already struggling. That's not gonna get it.
Stolen by Conley. 1:07 left in the third quarter. And Craig pulls it down. Celtics trail by 3. Here we go. White for 3. And White finishes off the break. Well done.
Oh, come on. Just add vision to his perfect skill set. Like, when he's dropping dimes like that, like, Jason Tatum is a problem.
He just keeps firing from distance. I know he's trying to heat up, but at what cost?
White, the pass to Porzingis. A chance there to take the lead, but a miss. Well, the Timberwolves shooting just 24% in this one. Not great. Hits the three-pointer.
Oh, my. The air is thin from out there, but I'll tell you what, he's got deep range.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Tatum finds Porzingis for 3. That one doesn't drop. Minnesota leading by 3. For 3, Conley. And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound. And here's Brown for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum. Brown's got 6. Just 4 seconds left in the third quarter. That'll count. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Mike Conley making things happen for... And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
That's an unguardable pass, flat out. Give him credit for possessing that type of vision.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. Dillingham out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then there's Nas Reed. Then there's Anthony Edwards. And it's Gobert in at the 5. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Horford outside. Puts up a deep 3. The shot won't fall. Here's Dillingham. Right side, Alexander Walker. Reed for 3. They get the rebound. Pass to Dillingham. Let's go with a 3. Rebounded by the Celtics. On the wing, Tatum nails it from beyond the arc. And the Celtics lead by 3.
Oh, that's just a smooth jump shot. Tatum has such a deep arsenal. So many different ways to score.
Boston has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. And here's Brown for 3. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got 5 rebounds tonight. Fires for 3. Boston pulls it in. Horford's got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Pritchard. Now here's Brown. Takes the 3. Perfection. Beautiful stroke.
That may be not the highest percentage of looks right there, but look, you can't argue with this on techniques.
Oh, Edwards. Money on the triple.
Shooting the 3 with confidence. That's exactly what this team needs from Edwards.
Hauser can't get it to go. For Minnesota, they've gotten only 1 of 5 to fall here in the fourth. Outside Reed. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3. Tight ball game coming down the stretch.
Yeah, with 7 lead changes thus far, this has been a thriller.
Outside, Brown. wing, Tatum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Minnesota's gone 2 of 6 so far in the fourth. And here's Dillingham from the arc. And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound. And Tatum's got the ball here for the Celtics. Outside, Brown. Pass to Hauser. It's Brown on the wing. There's the 3. It's rebounded by Minnesota. It's Edwards on the wing. Launches a 3. Doesn't go for him. The Celtics have gone 2 for 7 from the field here in the fourth. Not great. Tatum passes to Horford. Here's Pritchard. Back to Horford. Tatum, a screen on Gobert. Play clock. The Celtics got to hurry here. Puts the move on. Pritchard, no good.
Oh, I can see some miscommunication on defense there very clearly. They were super fortunate and didn't torch them with that mistake.
Boston trailing. This one for 3. Knocks it down from distance.
Intelligent play by Tatum, moving the ball to get an open shot.
Outside, Alexander Walker. Edwards for 3. And Pritchard pulls it down.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Tatum from long range. And again, Boston with the triple.
The guy you want taking this shot. Tatum gets fired up and delivers.
Pass to Edwards from outside the arc. They get it again. From behind the arc. Doesn't go that time.
That is not the shot they needed there. You gotta work it around and get a better look.
A good look from Brown. 4-3. And it's Tatum missing. And Minnesota with possession here. Trailing by 5. Edwards for 3. And it's in. And he's brought them within 2 points now.
Some players shrink when the pressure's on, but he lives for these moments.
Ooh, it's stolen away. And there's the drive. Outside, Alexander Walker. Outside Reed. Pass to Edwards. And here's Alexander Walker. Shot clock at 6. Oh, bangs home the 3.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
And Pritchard, here we go. Here's Horford. Lets it go from deep. No good from 3-point range. And they foul intentionally. Now they're going to have to do that again. They're not in the penalty just yet.
Yeah, just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
Off on that one. And so it's Minnesota who scrapes by with a win. Allie, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up.
two of the top offensive teams in this one.
Yeah, but my focus is on the other end tonight, defense. The team that can come up with just a few timely stretches of stops, I think they win.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. And in the front court, Brown and Tatum. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Porzingis in at the 5, roaming the paint. And so it's the Celtics getting on the board first. Pass to Williams. Porzingis against Hartenstein. Over Porzingis. Porzingis with the rebound. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. It's a 3-point game. Brown outside. They get the rebound. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
Brent, it seems like throughout his career, Gilgeous-Alexander has an answer to whatever the defense might throw at him.
Well, the defenses don't have answers to stop him, Kevin. I know that. This guy is so quick with the basketball. He's so good at adapting on the fly with the ball, getting around the initial defender to make plays. Superstars have that quality. SGA has it in spades.
And great recognition. Holmgren saw the open floor and took advantage.
For the 3, Porzingis can't hit. Gilgeous-Alexander against Holiday. Unloads. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
How about that shot? Not exactly something drawn up by the coaching staff.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks very much. I was able to talk with Mark Dagmo for a minute. Coach said they want to force Jason Tatum to uncomfortable spots on the floor. Now, they recognize those spots are few and far between, but Coach wants to keep Tatum out of the paint specifically. If his team can do that and force Tatum to shoot more from outside, they feel relatively good about their chances. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Boston making a switch here. Pritchard's checked in.
You know, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander has so many of the qualities that you want in a leader. He fights, he's energetic, he's a team-first guy, and he just looks for ways to get his guys fired up. Now, you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Here's Oklahoma City now. 9 points in a row. Good run for him right now. Holmgren kicks to Dort. Goes back up. Porzingis with the block.
Well, Porzingis, the height, the reach, just overpowering.
Puts up a deep 3. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. The Thunder leading by 3. Hartenstein inside. He's against Porzingis. Wasted no time on that one. For Boston, they've gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. Drills it from outside. Tatum's got a pair of 3s now in the first quarter for the Celtics.
This is why Tatum is a volume 3-point shooter, because he knows how accurate he can be.
Well, that's the only way to take him out of his comfort zone from that range. Get right up in the jersey, force him off the spot.
Porzingis can't hit. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. Here's Pritchard. Pass to Tatum. Over in the corner, White. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist.
Love the selflessness. Tatum willing to give it up whenever he sees an open teammate.
And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
And he banks in the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 10 points in the game.
He's got the ability to do damage inside and out. SGA's not going to miss that.
Tries again. Dort passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Missed it. Even after all those chances, Celtics trail by 3. Porzingis with the ball. Williams picks him up. And a miss there on the triple.
Well, it isn't for a lack of effort when it comes to getting up to three-pointers, but not much to show for it. He's going to lose the green light here very early in this game if this keeps up.
Puts up a deep 3. The Thunder pull it in. Hartenstein's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Derek White picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for Oklahoma City. Williams comes in for Isaiah Hartenstein. And it's Alex Caruso in for Gilgeous-Alexander. And a change for the Celtics. Horford's checked in. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. There's 18 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Flagler. Offline with his 3. Pass to Hauser. Williams with the steal. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Thunder out in front. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yeah, rebounding can also be just about will, and they showed some of that in going in there and collecting some boards.
Alex Caruso out there with Wiggins. Then it's Williams. Then there's Isaiah Joe. And it's Wallace in at the 2-guard position. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second. Now Wallace, following Al Horford's 3-point attempt. It's Joe on the wing, guarded by Holiday. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. And so it's Holiday with it. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Trailing by 5. Outside, Horford. It's 3-pointers off the mark. Oklahoma City shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. And that one's good. Wiggins.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
Now here is Holiday. He has yet to score. And there's Horford. That's good on the assist by Holiday.
Well, you can see it's a matter of pride out there for these guys.
Not always the best scenario, but in this game, pride takes over. You score on me, I'm going to come back and score on you.
Horford with it. Wallace covering. Horford no luck. Horford against Wallace. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, right? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
Offensive rebound, outside Williams. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Celtics trail by 8. There's a screen. Horford from outside. Hits it from 3-point range. Horford's got a couple of 3-pointers in the second for the Celtics. Here's Joe, guarded by Holiday. Here's Caruso. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. Holiday with it. Williams picks him up. Outside, Horford. Launches a 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. It's Joe on the wing. The Thunder with another miss. Celtics trail by 5. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Wiggins. wiped away. Pass to Horford. Beyond the arc. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 5 rebounds tonight. Wiggins passes to Joe. It's stolen by Brown. Launches from deep. And it's Al Horford with a 3. Horford's got 9.
Well, when Al's hitting those kind of shots, it shows you how effective he can be at spacing the floor.
Pass to Joe. Bounce pass Wallace. A jump hook. And that one goes long.
I'm shocked he missed that wide open look. He has to feel embarrassed he blew that one.
Three-pointer, Horford. Thunder with the rebound. Williams has got 6 rebounds in the game. There's the lob to the hoop, and the turnover again by Oklahoma City.
That's 2 teammates who need to reintroduce themselves to one another, not on the same page.
And the Thunder going with a whole new group out there. To the paint. Here's Holmgren. And the layup's good off the glass. He has 5.
And looking to get stronger, Holmgren fights through the bump. Tons of time for him to grow into that frame.
Here comes Tatum. Pritchard passes to Porzingis. It's stolen by Hartenstein. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. And it's out of bounds and last touch by Holmgren.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Takes it inside. He doesn't hit that one. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. The wide open look here for Hartenstein. Good on the triple. And it's a 9-point Thunder lead.
Does so much out there to stretch out the defense. He's out on the perimeter, and he drains the triple.
And we've reached halftime in this one. Thunder lead by 9. And for 2K Sports, we'll be back here at Paycom Center right after this. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander really making a difference here.
And those extra chances mean so much. And he has shaped the game with the way he's been pulling down those offensive boards.
And the team appreciating all of that dirty work going on. His activity has been phenomenal.
On the court right now for the Celtics, the small and power forwards, the star pair of Brown and Tatum. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Porzingis in at the center, locking down the middle. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. Over Tatum. They get a hand on it.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That is his first foul of the game. And the Celtics with possession here. A 6-point game. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, some people call Porzingis a unicorn, and they're not wrong. His terrific stature and the shooting ability, that is a rare combination.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Pass to Holmgren. Down low. Tatum down low. He's guarded by Williams. Tatum no good. Oklahoma City leading by 5. And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax, signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
Brown inside the line, not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
A menace in transition. I love seeing Brown attacking like that.
Hartenstein passes to Holmgren. Over Tatum. Holmgren can't hit.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
Tatum finds Brown. Tatum with it. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 5 to shoot. Nice ball movement by Boston. The Celtics need to get a shot off, and they force the shot clock violation. Great team. And the Thunder making a switch here. Wallace is checked in.
Substitution on the court.
The Thunder leading by 5. Holmgren wide open. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Holmgren with the steal. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Floats it up for Holmgren. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And give credit to Holmgren for jumping all over that opportunity, putting his length to great use.
Three-pointer, Horford. A three-pointer is right on target. Horford's got 12.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
And stolen by Tatum. Pass to Horford. Misses the jumper, and they can't get anything on the break. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And attacking the rim. Holmgren making excellent use of that height inside.
Sees the alley-oop. To the middle. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. It's intercepted. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. The Celtics have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
And they shot 81% from the line last season as a team, so you really can't find fault with what they're able to do there.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Wiggins comes in for George, and it's Alex Caruso in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for Boston. Richard comes in for White, and here is Caruso. After the three-pointer from Al Horford, Holmgren can't hit.
Oklahoma City foul.
And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency across the board. The numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
The Celtics on offense. They're on a 14-6 run.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. Oklahoma City's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Here's Holmgren. Good work defensively by Horford. Here's Boston now. They're on a 16-6 run. And the call will be against Al Horford. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Isaiah Joe, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Celtics also with a sub. Porzingis, he's checked in for Al Horford. There's 45 seconds left to play here in the third. Here's Joe. Here's Holmgren. Second chance shot, and he uses the glass on the layup. Holmgren's got 13 points.
I mean, length and skill. And Holmgren has a lot of both.
And Porzingis puts up a deep 3. Quick shot there, and it's off target. For 3. And Tatum pulls it down. Tatum's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Pritchard. It's good from long range. Pritchard's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits, and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Al Horford getting it done for the Celtics. What a quarter that saw them generate a... While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus. It is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, anytime a guy's in the post and the teammates know he's unselfish, great player movement can create an opportunity just like that.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. Williams is out there with Alex Caruso. And it's Hartenstein in at the center position. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. And Oklahoma City making a change here. Flagler's checked in. And the 3 off target. The Celtics with the lead. Here's Davison. Fires away from outside. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 rebounds in this game. He was all alone on that one. Flagler's got the 4th quarter started here with a bucket for the Thunder. We've seen some great competition in this one.
Yeah, 7 already in the game, and I think it shows you how well these 2 teams match up with one another.
Here's Flagler. The tray. And the Thunder another 3.
And not where he earns his money, that 3-point shot. But he's a good shooter from that range if he's got space.
Boston, no good that time either. Oklahoma City leading by 4. From outside the arc. And Tatum pulls it down. Celtics have gone 0 of 3 to start the 4th quarter. From past the arc. Davison can't hit.
The D doesn't seem to be too worried about him from 3-point range, and he shows us why still. I expect him to make one of those.
And so Horford will bring it up for Boston. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession.
That's tough because that one's preventable. The defense has nothing to do at all with that turnover.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Mitchell's checked in. Drew Holiday's checked in for the Celtics. Now here's Tatum. Here's Horford into the lane. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Horford's got 21.
Well, a couple big strides from Big Al Horford, and he gets right to the bucket.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Mitchell. The Thunder with another miss.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
Horford. That shot missing. Good D by Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Hartenstein. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in.
Well, a solid facilitator that helps that the defense thinks that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is going to shoot and not pass.
And taken away by Brown. Holiday against Gilgeous-Alexander. Second shot opportunity. Horford no luck.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
It's stolen by White. Outside, Horford. Here's the 3. And it's Horford again missing.
Yeah, not a fan of that one, guys. If he wants to help his team cut into this deficit, he should not be attempting those kind of shots.
Rebound by Williams. On offense, here are the Thunder. Stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, good job to take it right at them.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Thunder?
Their fast break plays have seemed unstoppable. They just keep finding ways to overrun the defense here in transition.
Something else I've seen from them in this game is just how quick they are to capitalize on a turnover. I mean, they're pouncing on that stuff. You got to be careful when you're handling the ball around them.
And there's the call on Chet Holmgren. That'll be his second foul of the game. First team foul. 1:09 left in the 4th quarter. Outside Holiday. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Williams kicks to Holmgren. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. pass to Dort. Clock at 6. Now here's Holmgren from the arc. Here's Hartenstein. It's good from in time. And the Thunder lead by 10.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
A huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
Here's Holmgren. Whistle blows, and that's going to be a travel.
Celtics ball.
And it's desperation time now.
Doesn't matter if it's a 2 or a 3. They need the quickest shot possible.
Holiday, no one around him. Kept alive. Here's Hartenstein. It's off. So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win. It was up for grabs right until the final. David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up.
Big talent on both sides. You and I have been talking about this game for a couple of weeks. This should be a terrific matchup.
Certainly one you circle on your calendar. Let's check out Minnesota's starting lineup. Ebb is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Conley in at the 1.
Well, Conley has that steady floor general demeanor. They love to have him running the pick and roll.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
There's the triple. Pass to McDaniels. There's the 3. They grab their own miss. For 3, Randle. Doesn't go, and he's 0 for 1 from the floor. Now here's Williams. From deep. And Holmgren with the basket on the assist from Williams.
A superb three-point threat. When Holmgren is knocking down triples, he's hard to contain. We all know he's a good shooter, but from that distance, I don't think so.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
Just a smart offensive player. Conley is aware of when he should look to rise and fire. Whew, I love it.
Stan, just how much of a catalyst has Mike Conley been since the Timberwolves got him?
Well, just listen to his teammates, Brian. They talk about leadership, the adult in the room, and he remains a very capable two-way player.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Stolen by Conley. And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. From deep three-point land.
The sweat that Gilgeous-Alexander puts in on defense does everything he can to trip you up.
The 3 ball. Dort outside. Takes a 3. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got 4 rebounds in the game. From deep three-point range. Sinks it. What range from downtown? Conley's got 9 points.
Oh, some staggering display of range here. I mean, that took some serious confidence.
The Thunder with another miss. The Timberwolves lead by 4. And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's foul number 2 for him. Caruso, he's checked in for Gilgeous-Alexander. The Timberwolves also with a sub. DiVincenzo's checked in. Now here's DiVincenzo. McDaniels from long range. Doesn't go, and he's 0 for 1 from the floor. From deep, Holmgren. Randle pulls down the board. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Mark Dagnall gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. I asked him directly about facing Anthony Edwards, and Coach said, he's just so dynamic, right? Our hope is that we can control the pace, make this our kind of game, and he'll be a little less explosive. So the plan is to stifle Edwards by not letting him play at his tempo. Back to you.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Now here's Dort. From deep, Holmgren. Hardenstein passes to Holmgren. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Jaden McDaniels picks one up.
So clever with the up fake. Holmgren is good at going into the contact in these type of situations.
For the Thunder, Williams is checked in for Hartenstein. Wiggins comes in for Williams, and it's Wallace in for Dort. And here's Clark for 3. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. 1:22 left to play in the first quarter. Launches a 3. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Minnesota.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
Something else that stands out is how they've gotten out in transition. Their speed has kept the defense on their heels. And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Oh, got a piece of it. DiVincenzo with it. Now guarded by Holmgren. And here's Clark for three. They get it back. Out to DiVincenzo. Reed for three. The rebound by Wiggins. The Thunder have gone 4 of 10 shooting the rock in this first quarter. Offensive rebound. Wallace. An easy two on the layup.
Plays like that make a coach's life easy. Love the work rate he shows on the glass to get the score.
Pass to Alexander Walker. DiVincenzo with it. And stolen by Caruso. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. Fires the three. And it's in! Oh! Nails the buzzer beater! Are you kidding? No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Oklahoma City ahead. They lead by 4. Don't go away. We'll be back with the second quarter in just a moment. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
And also, I like how they've let it fly from the three-point line. Shooting with confidence so far in this one.
On the court for the Timberwolves. Second quarter underway. Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Naz Reid out there with Julius Randle. And it's Dillingham in at the point. And, Coach, how about Naz Reid, the 2024 Sixth Man of the Year award winner?
Yeah, Brian, sort of unique. We often associate that award with shooting guards, but although he's a big, Reid is more than capable of putting up big numbers, including from long distance.
And here's Edwards outside, and the rebound goes to the Thunder. Quarter number 2 and about a minute in. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. This one for 3. Randle pulls down the board. And so Randle will bring it up for the Timberwolves. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter.
Yeah, never a bad idea to have Randle with the ball. Just a great passing forward.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Reid with the rebound.
Oh, he's frustrated there. You know he wanted to come right back with the 3 of his own.
And a fast break now for the Thunder. Tipped away. Minnesota in the lead. Edwards for 3. Can't get it. 0 for 3 in this one. Fires from deep. Joe misses. The Timberwolves have gotten just 2 of 6 field goals to go in the second. And here's Dillingham from the arc. And he can't connect. He's 1 for 3 in this game. The Thunder have gone 0 for 6 in the second. Not looking good. Gilgeous-Alexander drills a 3.
Outside, inside, in between. It doesn't matter. SGA is lethal.
Dort against McDaniels. The three-pointer off the mark. Oklahoma City has gone just 1 of 6 from the perimeter here in the second. And Williams punches it home.
Yeah, nice finish from Williams on the alley-oop. I mean, that takes some real athleticism.
And stolen by Williams. Fast break, here we go. Joe, the pass to Williams. Deflects the pass. Stolen by Reid. And now the T-Wolves on the break. McDaniels from long range. Nails it from beyond the arc.
Well, defensively, all eyes are on Edwards, and that creates opportunities for others.
And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
4-3. Anthony Edwards reigns one in. And, Coach, it seems there's a move to cut out some of the cheap fouls in the game. This notion of, if you wouldn't call it on the playground, why do you call it in a game? You'd like to see where it's going?
Yeah, look, there's some times where I think we'd get a better game if the players do what they did in pickup games, Brian, and just called their own fouls. A lot of these cheap fouls would cease to exist. I think there's just got to be a better recognition from referees on what really impacts a play and what doesn't.
Jacks up a 3. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Nice catch and finish on the lob.
Oh, and incredible. Save that one. I want to watch it again.
Awesome. And he's going for the oop here. Alley-oop up top, hammer it home.
Yeah, the guard instincts of Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, fantastic work dishing the rock to uncover teammates.
With the putback. Here's Dillingham. Drills it from deep. Dillingham's got 6 points.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Joe, pass to Dort. Down low. Stolen by Reed. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Dort grabs the miss. Thunder trail by 7. For 3. That one is off. And here's Dillingham from the arc. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's Minnesota closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. They've been aggressive in transition and find themselves in front. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. Chet Holmgren with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren the 4, Hartenstein the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3. That's the group from Mark Daigneault starting the second half.
Yeah, many believe Holmgren must add muscle over time to his wiry frame. We'll see if he focuses on doing just that.
And he lobs it up to the rim. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
The great read between those 2 guys. The defense didn't stand a chance, B.A.
These 2 teammates right here, Grant, they are connected.
Off the bounce, Conley will typically pull up for a shot rather than trying to take it all the way to the hole.
And Mike Conley picks up the foul. That's his first foul. To the inside. Randall with a steal.
Oh, that's some pesky defense. Should have thought twice before attempting that pass.
Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. Hey, great communication on the lob.
Incredible. I mean, high energy in transition. Just beating the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Gobert passes to Edwards. Outside Conley. 6 to shoot. And he lobs it up top. Trying to go for a lob there. Excellent defense and anticipation to stop it. Tipped and stolen by Edwards. And they're running. That's tipped. Here's McDaniels. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. McDaniels got 5. Thunder trail by 7. Here's Hartenstein. He takes it in. Can't connect from short range. Conley with the ball. Now Gilgeous-Alexander defending. That one drops for him.
Yeah, Conley is not an easy cover. He can be quick on his feet when he sees a lane to the basket.
Right wing. Gilgeous-Alexander against Randall. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. The kick out to Williams. Shot clock at 6. Shoots. And another miss by Oklahoma City.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
Defensive Player of the Year 4 times over, Stan. Rudy Gobert tied for the record.
Yeah, Brian, alongside Dikembe Mutombo and Ben Wallace, and Gobert's capable of getting another one, too, assuming his countryman, Victor Wembanyama, doesn't start taking the reins.
You have to be kidding me.
Wow, that's how you take things into your own hands. Off they go. It's a 3-on-1 break. Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Holmgren. Caruso, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Wallace comes in for Dort. The Timberwolves also with a sub. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for McDaniels. The shot by Conley, no good. Thunder trail by 9. To the middle. Hartenstein in the post. Covered by Alexander Walker. They get it back. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Hartenstein. Goes back up. They get it again. And at last, they get one to fall. Hartenstein's got his second basket of the game.
He got in excellent position, then takes it right back up.
The shot by Conley, no good.
I have no clue why he pulled up from there. At this point in the game, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, all right. That'd be an automatic benching if I was coaching. What was that?
From deep, deflected. And it's out of bounds to Minnesota. Oklahoma City making a switch here. Wiggins is checked in.
Substitution on the court.
And 1:01 left in the third quarter. Ooh, and once again, off the mark by Minnesota. DiVincenzo against Caruso. And out of bounds, Minnesota will have it.
That's a careless pass and a wasted possession. That's just unnecessary.
Joe's checked in for Oklahoma City. The Timberwolves lead by 7. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's Holmgren. There's the drive. Wallace, the pass to Wiggins. There's 31 seconds left in the third quarter. The shot comes out. Timberwolves shooting a low 29% since halftime. Now here's DiVincenzo, covered by Joe. Gobert, no good. And up the court come the Thunder on the break. Back to Wiggins.
The pass, the catch, the slam. What a clean play.
Man, absolutely jaw-dropping. Reed for 3. The third quarter comes to a close. The T-Wolves on top. Up. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
Yeah, well, this is the diversification of positions in this league. Everyone does everything now.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Setting the floor for the Timberwolves. Naz Reid out there with Rudy Gobert. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then it's Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Clark in at the 3, the small forward. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Well, they've been absolutely on fire from deep. And until the defense offers more resistance, the coaches are going to keep encouraging them to let it fly.
They've also been showing us standout play on the fast break, working as a team to create easy opportunities.
Hartenstein, he's checked in for Chet Holmgren. And so it's Caruso who brings up the ball for the Oklahoma City Thunder. 7-point differential. Wiggins outside. Pass to Hartenstein. Fires the 3. Hauled in by DiVincenzo.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
Wiggins with a steal. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. It's tipped, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hartenstein.
Hurts to see that kind of mistake. Coach is going to be on him about that one.
Conley's checked in for the Timberwolves. Out to DiVincenzo. Gobert passes to Reed. Just 5 to shoot. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. Picked by Gobert. Second chance shot. Back to Reed. Here's the three. Connects from downtown. Reed's got 5 points in the quarter.
Yeah, nice dish by Gobert. With his height, he can see over the whole defense.
And Mike Conley picks up the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he's checked in for Caruso. McDaniels is checked in for Minnesota. Anthony Edwards comes in for DiVincenzo. Gilgeous-Alexander no good. Minnesota leading by 10. We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Knocks it loose. Reed with it. And he's going for the lob. Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. For three, Conley. Lets it go from deep. Sinks the tray. Conley's got 19 points.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Stolen by Reed. Here we go, one-on-one. Edwards with it. Now Wiggins defending. And the officials call a traveling violation. Oklahoma City making a switch here. Dortch checked in. Randall, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Thunder trail by 13. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. The Thunder with another miss.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
Oh, he touched it while it was over the cylinder. That's offensive basket interference. You were there, Stan, in Miami at the inception of Heat culture. Give us a taste of it.
Well, it's a little bit overblown in one way, in that everyone basically wants people who work hard and get in shape and compete. The difference maybe with the Heat is they just have a lower tolerance for players who don't meet their standards.
2 minutes.
Here's Conley. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
I like seeing Conley look for his shot because it puts defenses in compromising situations.
And Minnesota making a change here. Gobert's checked in. Thunder trail by 15. Here's Holmgren. Another miss. They desperately need a bucket. Minnesota's gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the fourth quarter. Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
I'll tell you, that jumper from Gilgeous-Alexander is smooth and under control.
Here's Conley driving inside. Ooh, it's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. And he lobs it up. Randall with a steal. Pass to Edwards. Blows the alley-oop.
Wow, he doesn't miss many of those. He's such a strong finisher and tight.
And it's Holmgren missing.
Well, they know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
And there's no way this margin gets closed down. Great execution of a game plan and a nice win here for the Timberwolves.
They paid the price for sloppy ball control before, but tonight they kept it locked up tight.
Yeah, they did. And at the other end, they were very disruptive defensively.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency from Mike Conley.
Yeah, and I loved his attitude tonight. He really had that scorer's mentality. Absolutely no one was stopping him.
Pass to Gobert. Second shot opportunity. Back to Conley. And stolen by Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander looking it over. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. It goes on Mike Conley.
I love when Gilgeous-Alexander looks to score because it forces the defense to act.
Both good from the line that time. Minnesota with the ball. 17 points was their biggest margin. Stolen by Caruso. To the paint. Out of bounds. It'll be Timberwolves ball.
Coming onto the floor for your Thunder, Number 22, Casey Wallace.
Here's Dillingham. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Clark.
Yeah, he loses concentration just for a moment. Might be getting a little complacent sitting on this lead.
So we see the Timberwolves taking the W here. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Very
For those who are tuning in for offensive fireworks, Doris might be a little disappointed in this one.
Right, Kev, but if you love gritty defensive play, this is the place to be. Listen, we may not get spectacular buckets, but I guarantee you every point is going to be well earned.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Julius Randle is out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Conley in at the 1. Tatum with it. Just 5 to shoot. Boston needs to get off a shot, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Doris, some great shooters on this Boston team, but at times, don't you think they settle from the perimeter?
Well, Kevin, obviously, this is a coaching staff that puts a heavy emphasis on three-point shooting. They led the league in makes. They led the league in attempts. But obviously, your two best players, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, with their size and athleticism and driving ability, you want to try to find the right balance. They do a great job of that.
Now, McDaniels, after Jaylen Brown's three-pointer that didn't go. Shot by McDaniels, no good. Austin's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Outside Tatum. From outside the arc. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
You have got to be in Tatum's space. This guy is such a terrific range shooter.
From deep three-point land. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
3 points.
The Celtics have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Porzingis finds White. Over Edwards. Randle grabs the board.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
Active hands from him as he's able to deflect that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
Now here's Edwards. Clock is at 3. Outside for Randle. Ball's knocked loose. Taken away by Holiday. Brown wide open. He fires. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Jaylen Brown gets his feet set in the catch and shoot and just drills it.
Here's Edwards. Goes to the fadeaway and cans it.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And we all hear talk about Drew Holiday's defense, but you know, Doris, he is much more than that. You've said it countless times.
Kevin, this is a guy who's a tremendous rebounder for a guard, a very willing playmaker. He can carry a scoring burden if you need him to, but he's also willing to take a very limited number of shots. It's all about the team with him.
Conley's shot is off. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for Boston. Here's Brown. Randall grabs the board.
Boy, he's definitely covered well there. And we know he can knock down the fadeaway shot. Just didn't fall there.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. Jaden McDaniels has become an X factor for the Wolves. Mike Conley says, we know what he does defensively, but the offense that he can bring for us balances our unit. It's much needed. Guys tend not to think of him as an offensive player, but he does have that in his game. Kevin?
But I love the reference to an X factor. He definitely is that. All right, David, thank you. Celtics leading by 3. White finds Brown. 59 seconds left in the first quarter. Porzingis passes to Brown. Over Conley. And there's Brown. That's good on the assist by Porzingis. And it's 7 points for Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown working in that mid-range area. This guy knows it's got to be a part of your game.
The wide open look here for Holiday. Off target with his 3.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock in game.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
Timberwolves trail by 5. With the fadeaway. Julius Randle with the rebound.
Boy, no idea why he went with the fadeaway. Had a clean look at the basket.
Out to Conley, and that does it for the first quarter. It's the Celtics. They lead by 5. And don't go away. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
They've got Horford, and it's Hauser in at the small forward position. That's the Boston 5. Boston shooting just 31% in the game. Horford has a wide open look. Stolen by Reed. And they're on the break. A 3 for DiVincenzo. Leaps for it. Rebounded by the Celtics. And up the court come the Celtics on the break. Horford from outside. Nailed from three-point land. Horford's got the lead up to 5 now for Boston. Timberwolves have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. DiVincenzo can't hit it.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Horford no luck. Timberwolves trail by 5. From deep three-point territory. And it goes down!
No, he didn't! No, he didn't!
Outside, Horford. And it's Horford again missing. The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 5 in the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. And the wide open shot from Reed. A miss that time would have put him up. Boston's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Outside, Horford from the arc. Horford missing again.
Yeah, and that three-point shot, it really has looked awful here in the second quarter. It hasn't stopped him from attempting them, but it's time to maybe find something else to do.
And when you look at Alexander Walker, Doris, so consistent from year to year.
This is a young man who knows his role, finds ways to help the team within the context of what the Stars are doing. And those are exactly the kind of role players you need in order learn to have a quality basketball team.
Pass to Alexander Walker. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Celtics leading by 5. Horford with it. Guarded now by Clark. A 3-ball. Horford no luck.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
There's the triple. Horford with the rebound. The Celtics on offense. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. The 3. They grab their own miss. Pass to Alexander Walker. Launches from deep. The rebound by the Celtics. Horford's got 6 rebounds in the game. And there's the call on Donte DiVincenzo. That's his first foul. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for Boston. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Dillingham's checked in. Horford against Clark. A fadeaway. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the 3. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot. Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Pass to Horford. Beyond the arc. And so the ball's out of bounds. Craig touched it last. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Clark. McDaniels comes in for Alexander Walker. And Anthony Edwards subbed in for Donte DiVincenzo. The Timberwolves trail. Here's Dillingham. Out to Edwards. Fires for 3. Edwards cashing in from outside.
Edwards, such an explosive scorer. You don't want to concede that 3-point shot. Boy, that's going to make him feel good.
Inside. Edwards against Brown. Over Edwards. A nice shot by Brown. Brown's got 9. Edwards against Brown. That misses off the backboard. The Celtics shooting around 29% from the floor. Tough night for them all around on the offensive end. Minnesota with the rebound. 30 seconds left in the first half. Edwards kicks to Reed. Edwards against Brown. Pulls up on the wing. And there's another one for the Timberwolves.
Doesn't matter where on the floor Anthony Edwards is. That shot mechanic's so pretty, so fluid.
Fade away. That doesn't go either for Brown. Got it off in time. The shot, no good. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Timberwolves lead by 1. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You look at Jaylen Brown, what a contribution.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
On the court for Minnesota, Conley and Edwards are the guards. Julius Randle is out there with Jaden McDaniel. And it's Gobert in at the 5 spot. Tatum gets it to go inside. Every year, Greg, we get a new batch of rookies into the NBA, and sometimes we're all guilty of judging them too early.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years to evaluate a player. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate.
And so Conley will bring the ball up for Minnesota. They trail by 1. Again, Conley missing.
He is just not taking smart shots out there. A pattern he has fallen into tonight.
3-pointer. Another miss by Conley. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. Over Conley. Brown with the bucket. Brown's got 11 points.
I tell you, when Brown is running like that, it's hard to stop him. This guy is superb at beating defenders up the floor.
So it's the Celtics now. It's safe to say Jason Tatum is a bona fide superstar.
He certainly is, Kevin, and really been a big-time star from the time he was 23 years old. Lots of pressure on this young player, but Jason's not only embraced it, he's thrived under it.
Here's Brown. Porzingis kicks to Brown. And he's good on the three ball. 14 points for him.
The passing, the shooting, the scoring, it's all clicking right now for Jaylen Brown.
Conley for three. Another miss by Conley. Celtics leading by 3. Brown feeling it out a bit. Fades and shoots. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Brown's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Well, you like seeing Jaylen Brown score the ball. This guy playing very well within the context of the offense.
Gobert outside for Randall. Back to Gobert. Porzingis with the steal. Got a piece of it. Conley against Holiday. Conley's shot is off.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
Timberwolves trail by 5. Fires from way outside. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Porzingis has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's McDaniels. 3-pointers off the mark. Celtics have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Here's Brown. There's 1:47 left to play here in the third. Over Conley. Brown, no good. Minnesota shooting a rough 22% so far in this one. Conley gets the bucket.
This guy has got such a smooth handle that the pull-up game is always in play.
Pass to Brown. Boston again missing. Conley against Holiday. Now here is Conley. Tight defense on him. Can't hit from 12.
Even in close to the hoop. That's a tough one to drain when the defense is that stifling.
A fader. No good off the front iron.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Here's Edwards. Just 5 on the clock. It's stolen by White. Here's Tatum. Hits the outside fadeaway. 7 points for Jason Tatum.
Now that mid-range jumper is so on point. Jason Tatum is a 3-level scorer.
Conley against Holiday. Shoots a fader. And the shot falls short this time. Celtics leading by 4.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Well, it's trying to close the quarter strong, and by that, take a great shot without giving them an opportunity for another one down the other end.
Fader on the way. Pass to Hauser. Shoots over DiVincenzo. No good on the fadeaway. The third quarter comes to a close. It's the Celtics. They lead by 4. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. The guards are Pritchard and White. Then it's Torrey Craig. And it's Cornette in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the Boston 5. Here's Hauser. defended by Alexander Walker. He gets it in there. Hauser's got the lead up to 6 now for the Celtics.
Listen, you give a good shooter that kind of look, and it's going to go in.
White against DiVincenzo. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
And he's made more than his fair share of those today.
Pritchard passes to Hauser. Shoots over Alexander Walker. Hauser misses. Timberwolves trail by 4. Now Dillingham. Off target on the 15-footer. Here's Hauser, defended by Alexander Walker. Fades away. Reed with the rebound. The Timberwolves have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. DiVincenzo against White. DiVincenzo can't hit it. Celtics leading by 4. And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter now. Hauser misses. Minnesota shooting a rough 22% so far in this one. Dillingham, no good. Celtics shooting just 29% in this game. They are not a pretty sight out there offensively. Drains it from beyond the arc. Hauser's got 5 points in the quarter. We're in the 4th quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. DiVincenzo against White. The Timberwolves again can't hit. For Boston, they've gone just 33% from the field in the 4th quarter so far. They are 2 of 6.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Spins. DiVincenzo gets the bucket.
Yeah, that's careless defense, though. I mean, he's one player you can ill afford to let run free. He just loves to be a money player in the 4th quarter.
Here's Pritchard. Here's Hauser. He's covered by Clark. That one goes in.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
And to me, this is a common theme that's running through the league right now. Guys looking to leak out rather than box out.
Dillingham with it. 5 on the clock. Reed in the post.
Oh, the officials are all over that.
And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Celtics.
No adjustments made by the other team, and they couldn't defend against the speed of this group. They've been running over them in this one.
The other thing for this team today, they have a bunch of second chance points. They're turning misses into makes.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Gobert, he's checked in for Clark. McDaniels comes in for Alexander Walker. And Anthony Edwards subbed in for Dillingham.
After the strong first half, this guy has not been the same, and largely a no-show right here.
1:05 left in the 4th. Reed in the post. Light covering. Another miss by Minnesota. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. Timberwolves shooting a rough 22% so far in this one. Right at the free throw line. Edwards, no good.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
And it's Brown missing.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
You've got to run a play that's a quick strike. You've got to immediately foul after that.
It falls! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Good!
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
DiVincenzo can't hit it. Tatum on the wing. Guarded by Reed. And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That'll be his second foul of the game.
First team foul.
7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Tatum no good. From deep three-point territory, it's off. So we see Boston get the win here. It was up for grabs, right? And all right, David, thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.
roster.
Yeah, it's a luxury these days, honestly. Resting stars, truly trusting your second unit, all keys to a successful and well-rested squad.
Here are the starters for Oklahoma City. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4, Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the small forward position. 6 on the shot clock. Brown against Williams. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for the 8 seconds. Brown looking around. Over Williams. And the basket by Brown.
The mid-range is not an issue for Brown, and it's just another weapon in his arsenal now.
And when you talk about the Boston Celtics last year, they were historically good, Richard.
Yeah, they had the 4th best net rating ever in the history of the game. That's Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, the MJ Bulls, shattered the NBA record for offensive rating at 123.1. They were unreal.
Can't hit from the elbow. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Thunder. Pass to Hartenstein. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Tries again. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
And Gilgeous-Alexander understands this team wants him to be aggressive on offense. Love watching him go to work.
Here's Brown. Another miss by Brown.
Defense kind of rolled the dice there, and I'm a little surprised that it ended up going their way with the miss.
Holmgren with it. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. 5 to shoot. Fades and shoots. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist.
Running the show, Gilgeous-Alexander is talented as a passer.
Now Brown. Williams defending. Shoots from 14, and the jumper falls for him.
We see this every night. He has the skill and versatility to keep a defense guessing.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. From the wing. Again, Oklahoma City.
And hitting from the mid-range here and early. I mean, really give the defense just another thing to worry about.
And you don't see many teams take these shots as often anymore. It's nice to see them take advantage in this area.
Now here's White. Pass to Brown. Over Williams. Brown can't hit.
Great contest by the defense, and he's unable to hit that tough fadeaway.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The rebound, Celtics. You look at his college days and his rookie year, Tatum has always been on a winning team, Richard.
B.A., I think it starts with his approach. There's always been an air of professionalism when it comes to Tatum. He's just a young player that is focused only on winning.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the foul called on Kristaps Porzingis. That's his first foul of the game. Al Horford's checked in for Boston. Hauser comes in for Brown. Williams is checked in for Oklahoma City. Caruso comes in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Kept alive. Caruso outside. Pass to Williams. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
Willing passers, unselfish play. You have to appreciate this kind of offense.
And it's Holiday with the ball for Boston. 4-point game. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Brian, it's great hearing Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla talk shop. He said everybody tries to break basketball up into offense and defense, but it's one game. Your spacing, decision-making, and shot selection set up your defense. That transition happens so fast, so the game is constantly changing. It's all connected, Brian.
No question. Thanks, Allie. Good stuff there. Horford with it. Guarded now by Williams. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Thunder leading by 4. Poke loose. Out to the right wing. Here's Hauser. Again. The Missed by Boston.
He had more than enough room to hit that. Just couldn't make it happen.
Fades away. Again, the miss by the Celtics. The Thunder have gone 4 of 9 in this one so far. Caruso, the pass to Williams. It's Dort on the wing. Here's Caruso. Rebounded by the Celtics. Tatum inside. The kick out to White. They still need this. Hits a three-pointer.
Intelligent play by Tatum, moving the ball to get an open shot.
Holiday against Caruso. Pass to Dort. The three is up. That shot, no good. Well, a good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Oklahoma City ahead. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Thunder?
They've made a point to take what's given to them in the mid-range. The jumpers are falling for them so far.
Another thing they're doing well early on is passing the ball, spreading it around the floor and feeding guys who are well set up to score.
They've got Peyton Pritchard, Al Horford out there with Luke Cornett. Then there's Drew Holiday, and it's Hauser in at the 3, the small forward. That's the Boston 5. Hauser can't get it to go. Oklahoma City leading by 4. Hartenstein with it. Now Horford defending. And the shot's good by Wiggins.
He finds the shooter in motion and is confident he can threat him with the lead pass. Well done.
Wing shot on the way. Hauser, that's good.
Okay, let's throw out the analytics for a moment. When he's taking the mid-range, it's a winning shot.
Here's SGA. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kick ability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or a spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for Boston. Brown comes in for Hauser. The ball's knocked loose. Here's the break. Lets it go from the wing. Caruso grabs the board. And the Thunder shooting 46%, a decent average so far. The quick look, no good that time. Celtics trail by 4. Here's Brown. JB on the break. Sensational.
Nobody's going to catch Brown in the open court like that. Nobody.
Wiggins passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. The fadeaway. He hits the back iron and sinks it. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 7 points here in the quarter.
Why fade away there? Just making the shot more difficult, if you have to ask me.
Here's Brown. Hartenstein pulls it in.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
The Celtics have got 3 of 6 shots to go here in the second quarter. A good look from Brown. Gets some space and buries the jumper. Brown's got 10 points in the game.
Yet another thing that makes Brown so difficult to guard. He is exceptional off the dribble. They say it's a make-or-miss league, and there's sometimes that you miss.
And the Celtics tack on 2 more.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
Gilgeous-Alexander double team. Joe on the wing. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. 17-foot shot on the way. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. For Boston, they've gotten 5 of 7 shots to fall in the second. Here's Brown. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Oklahoma City has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Gilgeous-Alexander's shot is good. Well, Grant, you played on some very tight-knit teams. Talk to us about chemistry.
Well, B.A., you know, in some sports, chemistry is not a big issue. But in basketball, it is huge. You have to trust and believe in your teammates, and it has to be a unit, not 5 separate individuals.
Releases. The rebound, Celtics. Porzingis has got his 5th rebound in this one. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Porzingis picks him up defensively. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Caruso. Wiggins from long range. Knocks it down from distance. Wiggins got 5 points now this quarter.
Just outstanding distribution. This is the kind of team chemistry that you love to see.
Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
The skills of SGA, they're so unique. His ball handling, shooting, length. Not a lot of guys like Shea in the league.
The Thunder making a switch here. Williams is checked in for Hartenstein. Holmgren comes in for Wiggins. Williams is checked in for Caruso. And it's Dort in for Joe. Outside White. Horford, a screen on Williams. And stolen by Williams. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. Tries to save it. Well, it was only a matter of time before they finally get the bucket.
And that's a backbreaker for the defense. I mean, offensive boards like that run momentum against you.
And you can see them just deflate after giving up that score. And they know that they can't dig themselves out of this hole if they're allowing second chance points.
Now the Celtics on the move. Pass to Hauser. Horford inside. Horford gets it done inside.
I like the intention, the focus, finding a way to make it work inside.
What a performance for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He has been the story for Oklahoma City. He made a big impact, scoring 12 points in the quarter. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here, guys.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
Taking a look at the Thunder. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4, Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3. And so it's Holmgren with it. He brings it up for the Thunder. Pass to Hartenstein. All alone. Second chance effort. Rebounded by the Celtics. Tatum's got 4 rebounds now. Williams with it. Now guarded by Brown. And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Here's Tatum. Hartenstein pulls it in. Hartenstein's got 5 rebounds in the game. And you look at Jaylen Brown, Graham. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall. And he could dunk through a brick wall, too. It's just so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
And so far, Brown has been dialed in and is showing no signs of letting up.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Holiday. And another miss by Oklahoma City. Celtics trail by 6. Here's Brown with the drive. Hartenstein pulls it in. Hartenstein's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. And stolen by Holiday. Brown with it. Now guarded by Holmgren. Here's Tatum. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hit the shot. And will go to the line. Boston making a switch here. Craig's checked in. And how about Jaylen Brown, Richard? Named to his first All-NBA team in 2023. A very important piece to him.
NBA, what timing. It made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax. At the time, it was the largest contract in NBA history. And how did he follow it up? He won the Larry Bird Award as the best player in the Eastern Conference playoffs.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Oklahoma City leading by 4. Here's Caruso. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got rebound number 8 now. Here's Holiday. The kick out to White. Here's Tatum. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Here's Holmgren. Using his post moves to get the 2 points. And the Thunder lead by 6. Outside Tatum. Over Wiggins. Tatum gets the bucket. Tatum's got 4 points this quarter.
Okay, listen. Tatum can strike from anywhere. The mid-range is an open option for him at all times.
Joe misses. For Boston, they've gone cold here in this third quarter. Just 3 of 9. White can't hit. The Thunder shooting just 34% so far in this one. Here's Holmgren. And off the left side of the rim, it swirls in for him. Holmgren's got 6.
Yeah, he does everything with intent. Holmgren not the quickest, but it's hard to get up and block his shot.
Here's Tatum. And that's good from 17 feet. There's a minute 12 left in the third quarter. Holmgren with it. Picked up by Tatum. Here's Dort. Releases from the wing and drills it.
You know, Dort doesn't show a lot of love to the mid-range, but he's smart to not completely overlook it.
And it's Tatum missing. Thunder leading by 6. And it's Caruso penetrating. Here's Joe. It's wide right, hits off the rim. Boston's shooting just about 33% since this second half started. Porzingis misses. And here's Holmgren. He has 6. No good on the 3.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. And the shot goes. Oklahoma City has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. The Thunder with another miss. And stolen by Holmgren. Fires from way outside. They get the rebound. Pass to Joe. A deep 3. The shot misses. Now count. Can't hit that one. And we've reached the end of the third. Oklahoma City ahead. Up 4. Don't go anywhere. The final. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dime. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
A lot of times a spectacular pass is more impressive than a spectacular shot. This is one of those times.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. Al Horford out there with Luke Cornett. Then it's Jaylen Brown. Then there's Peyton Pritchard. And it's Hauser in at the 3 slot. That's the Boston 5. Driving to the basket. Pulls it. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Williams has got 5 rebounds in the game. And it's Williams off to try. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. And he gets the friendly roll as that one goes. And the Thunder lead by 6.
Yeah, an amazing find. How about the patience from Dort? Waits for his man to get open and feeds him. And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
And his team needs every bit of his production if they want to pull this one out. It is neck and neck here in the final period.
And stolen by Williams. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. Here's Dort. Perfection with the jumper from the elbow. All right, let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Thunder.
Great heads-up defensive play tonight, creating offensive opportunities for themselves by forcing deflections.
Yeah, one thing I think they should continue doing is attacking the break. Because right now, this defense has no answer for them when they do this.
Here's Hartenstein. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist.
The defense gives Shea all their attention, and that leaves another guy open and ready to score.
Back to Brown. Over to the left wing. From the corner. Williams grabs the board.
Credit the defensive effort there, not giving him room to operate.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Now guarded by Brown. The offensive rebound. Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. And that's out of bounds. Oklahoma City will keep it.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
Yeah, I think he was hoping to maybe even get the steal, but I agree. He's still got a good outcome.
White, he's checked in for Cornette. Celtics trail by 7. Outside, Brown. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right iron. Brown's got 6 points in the quarter.
Brown very confident in that jumper of his.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and Gilgeous-Alexander missing.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
Yeah, straight up, guys. Like, he's ice cold, like freezing. What's colder than cold? But you don't have to shoot it, my guy. It's okay to pass the ball.
Here's Brown. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Hartenstein's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Now Horford defending. Hartenstein. And another miss by Oklahoma City.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Here's Hauser. Over Williams. Hauser can't get it to go. Here in the 4th quarter, just under 2.5 gone by. Pulls up. Gilgeous-Alexander, good. And the Thunder lead by 7. And so Brown will bring it up for the Celtics. Pass to Horford. Back to Brown. Over Williams. Hartenstein pulls it in. Hartenstein's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing. The Celtics have gotten just 3 of 9 shots to go in, struggling this 4th quarter. And he gets that one.
Talk about possessing the clutch gene. The big man, Horford, coming through in a huge way.
And Gilgeous-Alexander missing. And here we go, the Celtics on the run. Brown with it, and it's Dort picking him up. Wide open look. He connects. What a beautiful shot. Brings him within 3.
In the clutch, Brown is someone you rely on, and he knows how to find his team points in a hurry.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Money.
Oh, obviously Gilgeous-Alexander has the will to win. What a relentless effort.
Hauser. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. They've led by as much as 10. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Horford. Some changes for Boston. Porzingis is checked in for Horford. And it's Tatum in for Hauser. And Oklahoma City with a change here too. Holmgren, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Here's Holmgren. Ooh, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops in.
It's so difficult to defend Holmgren inside. For such a young player, his body control and awareness are off the charts.
Puts up a deep 3. Offline. So we see Oklahoma City get the win here. And they barely squeezed out the win here on the road.